Quick little recap, since there's like 200 of you just this year that are new to the channel. This is a 69 Dodge D200 Crew Cab Long Bed Camper Special that was abandoned for 35 years in a field. Picked it up, it had a 383 big block that could not run. We tried and tried and tried, but it just would not do it. It was a power steering, power brakes truck, just only around 1,600 of them built. So Dad decided he found a 91 Dodge first gen Cummins and decided to do a whole full chassis swap and put the Cummins in it. We got to go through a list here, and at the end of this video we'll be driving this thing. Here's the to-do list. A couple things have been done, such as the brake switch. Got to still do the fuel filler tube, which if you haven't seen this is going to be utilizing the factory fuel filler, but it's going to be directed to the tank right here, so the hose is actually going to have to go in and back. Also got to do the bed bolts and the brackets. Got to do something with this big air box. Do have a fuel leak. Need to get that fixed. Tranny cooler. Tie up wires. Dad's already done the battery holder, which is in place right here. Nice and strong. And also got to get the fan relay accessory power so these fans will kick on when they should. Right now, Dad's working on the tranny cooler. Cut off these little brackets. And what is this tranny cooler from here?
I have no idea.
No idea, but that will keep her nice and cool, and it's going to be mounted right here. All right, got the electronic fans hooked up to the sending unit that is here. Dad found a wire that we were not using that was from the factory first gen Cummins wiring harness that had power to it when you turn the accessory on. So that's what he tied in the fans with. Now he is currently working on the fuel system. Boom! That thing is done. Got the rubber hose going down. Got this pipe welded on. It then comes out of the cab. Has this rubber hose so it can flex since the tank is attached to the frame. And this is attached to the body. They're going to move a little separately. And then it goes back to the tank. Son of a gun looks like it's straight out of the factory. But that's enough of Dad working. It's time for the master to get to work. Alright, got the first layer of paint on there. That does not look too bad for old paint that was in the trunk of the Fury. That stuff is from 1962, it said on the jar. But now, we're going to try and outline it and see if we can ruin what we've done so far. Except that part. But we'll paint that, make that look right. But I think that kind of looks cool. We could have maybe done a little bigger, but you know, we all want something a little bigger. But we just don't always get what we want, do we? Working on bolting the bed down now. These are the lift blocks. These will go on the actual frame. And this is because the cab sits higher, so the bed also has to sit higher. So you have those, and then you'll have your wood blocks that go up inside your bed on top of there. Something like so. This thing started a little trashy, but kind of good looking, you know, kind of like that girl in the trailer park that's got a trashy side, but she's kind of cute. Now, it just looks like the slot from the Goonies. It's time to finish up this floor. We got to fix all these holes here, and also on the inside of right here, that all needs to be filled in. So this plate right here seems to fit perfect. Dad just notched it out in two spots right here and right there. should slide right up in there like so. Got that plate welded in there. That turned out pretty good. Just ended up butt welding it. Now we're gonna throw the back seat in here and start working on the seat brackets to get the front and back seat bolted down. The back seat will still use these original seat brackets, but the front one is gonna be a little different since the floorboard is different and stuff like that. I'm gonna try and give as much room in the front as possible. All right, so taking just plain Jane angle iron, you can kind of see where we're cutting, and turning it into something that's like this. And this will get welded down to the floor pan here within these lines, and then it will bolt to the seat, something like so. We got the brackets bolted on. Gonna go ahead and weld it just how it is here. Got the brackets welded in for the seat, gonna bolt it down and start working on the mirrors. Gonna try and use these original tow mirrors. These things make the truck super wide. Gonna keep the brackets just how they are with the patina, but trying to find new chrome bolts, make it a nice clean look. We need to find a mirror for this one, but here's the other one here. These things are giant. These are out of Springfield, Missouri. I forget the company name. I think it's Peterson's. Yep, it says it right there. Here's a tech tip for you. Use a ratchet on a screwdriver, and that seemed to work pretty dang good. Craftsman. Look at that. Show that. That's good stuff. Look at that. Not a really huge fan of how these clean new ones look, so gonna actually keep the rusty screws, but all the acorns right here are still gonna get replaced. Since this is not the original door from the truck, I had to drill these 3 holes here, and there will be a plate that'll go on the inside of the door that is just like this here, so it can bolt on. These old mugs were top of the line. See that wire going into them? They're heated. I don't even know if you can actually see out of these things, but they look pretty sweet on there, I think. They are giant though. Did just test this snail horn. I think that might be a good look to put 2 of them on each side. The time is here. Got headlights, taillights, worked through the entire list here. Didn't show everything. The fans are hooked up. The fenders, Dad rolled them in a little bit, so hopefully the wheels and tires don't rub. On this side, you guys really never could see, but this wheel was so towed in, so Dad did a little bit of alignment to it. It looks way better than it did. Now we're going to go ahead and put some hood hinges on this thing and show you what hood might possibly go on here and kind of the plan of what might need to happen here. Those things are in great shape. Anyways, for this one here, you got to slide your hand up in here all uncomfortable. Try and find the hole, and you know, struggle to find the hole sometimes. Then get her tightened down. So now we're going to carry the hood in here and hopefully we can get it on with this good hand I got. All right, so we were going to use this hood and do some work to here. This is a lot cooler looking hood from a 1965. Has way more style to it. But as you can see, someone absolutely destroyed where you put the hinges on, right there on both sides. So for now, I'm just going to put the one that came on the truck. Well, the hood's fitting all right. It's not fitting the best. It needs a little bit of tweaking. Dad took the springs off the last one and had to put some shims under it, but we'll get that looking right. This video was bouncing around doing a bunch of random things, but that's kind of where we are on this truck. We are going to eventually clean up the inside of the cab and paint that and also the rockers, but that's for a different time. We don't necessarily have to talk about that right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and if you know anybody interested in a 66 Plymouth Fury with a 318 factory AC car that's in decent shape, there is videos out there about that. It is for sale. Just comment your offer down below. Have a good night.